soothing air, lend me your ear. Dr. D Nice and FOUNT is here for dinner.
Going up.
Want wisdom?
We got you.
Wellness?
We got you.
Ears?
You got two.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart for doing right? 5. Keys, your game's all tight. FOUNT. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight.
Hello.
And your body tight.
Hey everyone. Let me try to figure out, there's something going on with my music. Were you able to hear that? Magic 8-ball spot, are you there? Hey, could you help me out with my my sound? I don't know what happened here. I feel like it didn't come on. Did you hear the theme song? Magic 8-ball spot, could you help me? I don't know. I think maybe just my thing was turned down. Let me see. Were you able to hear it good? Magic 8-ball spot. Are you there? I can hear. You can hear me. Could you hear the theme song when I was playing it? Let me know if you... Oh, okay. I think I just have my headphones turned down. Man, I keep telling you, my kids use this computer too. And every single time I have to do my settings, I won't say completely over, but they're little things that I just forget to push and whatever. Anyway, how you doing? Hope you had an amazing week. Thank you all so much for dropping by. This is episode number 75 of Talking Truth to Teen Issues, Tissues, and you saw it in the title. Today we are talking about judging other people. Don't judge me. Don't judge me for the stuff you can see in my background too. We just moved and I am still trying to clean up my area, but it's all right. That's good. Today, here, let me tell you what we're talking about today. We are definitely talking about judging others. Are we supposed to be judging people? We're going to find out. I'm telling you all about it. Then we'll talk about, in our FOUNT section, we will talk about, should you be taking vitamins or not? Vitamins are natural. The N in FOUNT is for natural. We're going to talk about the natural remedies. We'll get into our FOCK section. This is where we talk about relationships and sexuality. And I have something important we're going to talk about in that section. The teen archetype, we'll talk about the sick person. In honor of my son, he is not feeling well. We'll talk about the sick person. And we'll round things out at the end with our frontal lobe training, where I'm going to tell you the story about when I had a male roommate, like not a friend, like a whole man was my roommate. Well, listen, just hang in there. We're going to get into it. And let me see. There's some things I need to fix in here. Sorry. Yeah, it's fixed. Good. Okay. Smile Jesus loves you. You know he does. I bet. I feel like there's some stuff behind me here. Okay. There we go. How was your week? Before we get into it, how was your week, Magic 8-ball spot? Who else is in here? Let me know how things are going. Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, after we do our first segment, I'll stop for a minute and we can chit chat. We can discuss it for a little bit. But you know what? Let's just get into our first segment. We're going to talk about the main subject of the day, judgment. And it's not about Judgment Day. We're talking about judging others. Kind of see if somebody is right or wrong, or sending them to hell or heaven, whatever it is, just looking at people like, what you doing? But first, you know how it goes. I always have to, I don't know. I always have to have a little tickety talk that goes along with the theme of the day. Let me pull it up here. Then we'll get into it. Oh my goodness. Before I play, sometimes I crack myself up, but whatever. I tried to be normal once. I really did. Let's shut off the volume here. And let's go.
Don't judge them because you think they're close to the dark. They're trying not to lose their arc. Only God could judge them, so let him judge them. Tell him about them. Tell him about them.
I know, right? Hey, you know, Dr. D Nice, I was a teenager in the 80s, so this is my nod to all those rappers of the 80s and have my little rap to go with. Don't judge people. That's what we're talking about today, judging others. Many times we look at these celebrities, they're walking around with no clothes on. They're out there just sleeping with each other left and right and center. You hear rumors on rumors about the things that they're doing with each other, how they're treating each other poorly with money and cruel business deals. And we sit in our living rooms and we sit on the tickety talk. We sit on the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, everywhere, just judging them. Evil people. And guess what? No, we should not be judging them. And I'm going to tell you all about it right here today on this segment. Listen, there are two types of people when it comes to judging others. And this is the category it falls in, whether you like it or not. There is the Christian, and then there is the non-Christian. We're not talking about legal issues where somebody has murdered or robbed or broken the law. When we're talking about the judgment that people talk about, only God can judge me. We're talking about moral codes. That's what we're talking about when I'm speaking about judgment. And as Christians, we are not supposed to be judging these non-Christians. Let me get into it and explain to you, because I'm telling you, there are two people when it comes to that kind of judgment, moral judgment. There is people in the Christian camp and the people in the non-Christian camp. End of story. Let's go. If you decided that, well, first, you know what? Let's go over the rules for judging a Christian, okay? We'll start with the rules of judging a Christian, then we get into the non-Christian. Rule number 1, if you're deciding that you need to judge a Christian. You are allowed to judge a Christian. Rule number 1 is you are. If you're a Christian, it's okay to judge another Christian. The Bible outlines it. I'll put it in the description section for you below. The Bible outlines that you can, as Christians, judge each other. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2. Rule number 2 is, if you're going to be judging people, guess what? You need to make sure you are open to judgment also. A wise person is okay with getting correction from other people. That is the second rule of Christians judging each other, determining if what they're doing is moral or right or not. Number 3 is the last one. Fix yourself first. Come on, don't be getting all up in people's business when you know you are doing the exact same thing. Don't judge other people when you're doing the same thing that they're doing. That is disingenuous. Yeah. And you're just a big straight hypocrite. Don't do that. Leave the people alone. You're doing the same thing. Don't play like that. It's okay to correct each other, but make sure that you're following those 3 rules before you start judging, before you start telling somebody that what they're doing is wrong or right or immoral, that they are evil or good. That's Christians judging Christians. Now, I mentioned before that there are 2 categories. It's either Christian or non-Christian. How do we judge a non-Christian? How we do that? Well, here we go. I'm going to tell you how it's done. How it's done is you need to go sit down and mind your business. That's all. If a person is out there living their best life, they have no claims on Christianity, they're doing their thing, they're out in the streets walking naked, they are sleeping with dogs, cats, chickens, whomever. It's one thing if it's against the law of the land, fine. But if this is a moral thing, you leave them alone. It is not your job to judge them. And I have a whole Bible verse here. I'm going to pull up a whole Bible verse on where it instructs us to do this. And then I'll tell you what it is that you can do for non-Christians. You don't have to sit idly by and watch while people destroy themselves. No, that's not what I'm saying. When you know better, you do help people to live better lives. But first, here we go. This is from 1 Corinthians 5, verse 12 to 13. It says, "What business is it of mine to judge those outside of the church? Are you not to judge those inside?" Basically giving you permission to judge the people inside the church. "God will judge those outside. Expel the wicked person from among you." Y'all see what I'm saying here, right here? Just what I said. Mind your business. Those people outside of the church do not belong to you. They are God's. They have not held on. They're not living life by the same principles that you are. How can you judge people who are not living underneath the same law that you are? That is unfair. They're not even there yet. What you can do for them is pray for them. You can pity them because, you're like, my life is great over here. You really need to join us. You can have empathy and understand that, you know what? That's tough. That's tough that you got to be living like that out in the streets like that. Man, you could even be, I said, empathetic. Maybe you also were out there like that at one time. And you understand the direction that their life is going to go in. Introduce them to the right path. You can talk to them and let them know, you know what, girl, I'm going to pray for you. Because you're going to sit there judging people by scales that they don't even recognize. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you all. I had a post up talking about modesty. And underneath it, I don't know, I think it was a girl, I don't know. She was just going back and forth with me about, oh yeah, women can wear whatever they want to. They can do whatever they want to. And at some point I realized that we're just not coming from the same place. There's no way she's going to get it. If you're and somebody not coming from the same place, they can't be judged by the same laws. They are living their life in a whole different level than you are, different place than you are. And there's another verse that I really wanted to share with you all. How do you recognize if somebody is a Christian or a non-Christian? By their fruits. A few weeks ago, I talked about the fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, kindness, all those things. There is the opposite, the fruits of the non-spirit, the fruits of the evil one, people who are living a life that is just they don't have the Spirit in them yet. They will at some point if you share with them, or maybe they've decided that, you know what, that ain't for me. That's not my thing. For those people, here are some signs. I mean, you're not straight up, here we go. Here, y'all look at this, and I'll show y'all, and then we move on. Okay. Here he goes. So, but if you are led by the Holy Spirit, you are not under law. Okay. The acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, dissension, factions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like, because they can't list everything. And I warn you, as I did before, that those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God. It is straight up, no words mixed. that people who are living this way, they're not of God. They will not inherit the things of God. And, these are people that you have to try to help, because Jesus died on the cross for everybody. He is not willing that anyone should perish. And if you have some good news, you've got to share it with people. Okay? So there it is on judgment. Bottom line is, if they're a Christian and you're a Christian, it's okay to judge each other. Just work out some things first. It's okay to help each other. You don't want to sit there and watch your brother, sister just totally mess up their life like that. That's not how we roll. We help each other out. And if they're not a Christian, you're a Christian, leave them people alone. You pray for them. You introduce them to God. You introduce them to that. You know what? You don't have to live like this. Your life does not have to be like that. There is a better way. You introduce them to God and send them on their way. And that's it. All right. Let me know in the comment section below, because let me tell you, I had to, before I end it, I could be a little judgy. I used to look through some of these like social media things. I'm like, what the heck does she have on? What he doing? Where they do that at? I used to do that all the time. And I needed to understand like judgment. Is it okay for me to feel this way? Because, Master P had that song, Only God Can Judge Me. And turns out he's right, sort of. I don't know if that man's a Christian. Does he profess to be a Christian? I don't know. But if he doesn't, then really only God can judge him. I had to do a deep dive Bible study. And really, I looked up every verse that talked about judgment. And it was really easy to find the answer. The verse was right there all along. And all the confusion I could have spared myself had I just opened up the Bible and see what the Lord had for me, some guidance, some answers. All right. Now, let me know in the comment section below. Are you judgy like me? Were you judgy like me? Are you up to judging people? I had some answers for you. What do you think? Let me know. All right. Who's in here? How was your week? Okay, we've got organic snake oil powder. Love that name. It's my middle name. You got me. Fraud is your name. Criminal. Learn before you judge. That makes sense. I got judged a jury of my peers. You got judged by a jury of your peers. And it sounds like that is more, that's kind of like with the Christian, if a Christian is judging a Christian, but we're like I said, we're not really talking about criminal law, but it's important. I think, you know what? Now that you say that, organic snake oil powder, that's probably where our forefathers got that idea from, that your peers should judge you because you all are equal. You're being judged from the same level ground. They probably, a lot of these principles the forefathers put in the Constitution, they got from the Bible and, of course, touring the world and seeing how other governments did their thing. I bet you that's where they got that from. Let's see. Learn before you judge. Yeah. Can y'all shout out to Tade, too, for our thumbnail, as usual. Y'all know Tade is a young friend of mine. I've known him since he was a little baby. He lives in Colorado, and he's a boxer. He goes by the Bible Boxer on Instagram and the Tickety Talk. Y'all go shout him out. He had a fight a couple weeks ago, and it was canceled. He's pretty sure he's undefeated, though, for real. So that guy probably backed out like, no, don't beat me up, Bible Boxer. I'm sorry. Anyway, I feel like I need to show a sound effect in there. All right, next section. You know what? I forgot to pull up it's not too late. Let me pull this up. There's got to be some cool videos that I've saved for us to comment. I got judged by a jury of my peers, he said. Okay, so next coming up is our Living in FOUNT segment. FOUNT is the 5 keys. Hold on, give me a second. I'm coming. There we go. All right, we'll start there. Okay, here we go. All right, now is our Living in FOUNT section. You remember FOUNT is the 5 keys to wellness and wisdom. to help you. There we go. Living in FOUNT. Man, I need to remember to put these things up. Living in FOUNT. FOUNT is the 5 keys to wellness and wisdom to help you unlock your best. And today we're talking about the N in FOUNT, which is for natural. And today I want to talk about, Dr. D Nice is a whole medical doctor. This YouTube thing is something I like to do it. I like to share the wisdom that I've learned over the years. And today is a question that a lot of people always ask me, well, Dr. D Nice, should I take a multivitamin? Should I take a vitamin? And I have the answer for you today. You do not need a multivitamin. So here's the thing. Vitamins and minerals are naturally found in fruits and vegetables. They just are. That's where they live. That's where they hang out. Those are called the micronutrients. If you eat a diet you eat the rainbow, they said, or eat a diet that has a lot of fruits and vegetables in them, then you won't need a multivitamin because you would have gotten it naturally. And the thing with getting it naturally is your body is really able to kind of take what it wants and throw the rest out. When you take a pill, who knows if you need all 2,000 IUs of vitamin D or 200 milligrams of magnesium or 20 milliequivalents of potassium. Who knows if that's what could have been too much. Then you've bombarded your whole system. You've given it too much and it has to work like crazy to get rid of it. When in fruits and vegetables, it has some in it, but it's not in that huge amount like if you take a pill. The recommendation is that you get your vitamins and minerals from fruits and vegetables and avoid supplements. Now, there are situations where you do need some extra, as most of us don't really spend a lot of time outside, like vitamin D. Some people who are taking certain medications that pull some of the minerals out of their body artificially because that's how the medicine work, then that's a whole different subject. I'm talking general, regular smegular, Joe Smo. You just feel that you need a multivitamin because you feel tired or something like that. Nah, eat a fruit, eat a banana. That's it. All right, what y'all think? Are y'all multivitaminers? Or are you a sushi sneaker? Like, what is this? People are so creative. It's crazy. Like, what is this? Let me see what else I have up here. Oh, man. What are they doing? Ooh. I'd have fallen. I just broke something. I'd been the one person that just fall all over and mess the whole thing up. They got to start from scratch because I got bad knees. All right. Next segment. Okay. We're talking about FOCK. That's the new segment where I talk about sexuality and relationships. This one is something that I've been thinking about when you, as a young person, I don't know the age of you all that are watching, but as a young person, as a wisdom teething, or if you're in your teen to early 20s, when you're choosing somebody to date, I want you to understand that dating the double fatherless is dangerous. What do you mean by that, Dr. D Nice? If a person do not have their father in their life, I'm talking girl or boy, don't matter who they are, if they don't have their father in their life, especially if their father left or have abandoned them or was just never in the picture at all, the father is there, but they have no relationship with them, and they don't know God, who is our Heavenly Father, you just need to be real careful. Tread lightly. I'm not saying these people don't deserve love. Tread very lightly, because after what's the word? After the love fades, not the love, but the whole excitement. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. You hang up. No, after that fades and you're going to have to face the reality of a day-to-day relationship. There are things that a father teaches a child. There are things that your heavenly Father teaches you in order to interact with other people that without that, it is disaster, spells disaster for a relationship. Just a little warning. You can take it or leave it from Dr. D Nice. And by the way, next week, we're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about monetizing love, because it just so happened that Valentine's Day is going to fall smack on our episode number 76 of Talking Truth to Teen Issues, which is next week. And we're going to talk about love, the monetization of love. If you have any other ideas, let me know in the comment section below. All right, we're done with that. That's the end of our FOCK section about reality. And then now we will have our teen archetype. Today we are talking about the sick. You know them. Let me see what, yeah. Is the algorithm suppressing your comments? I don't think so. I don't, we're still a tiny channel. I don't get a lot of comments. I get more comments on my shorts than I do on my videos. So I don't think so. Have you left a comment that you weren't able to get? Let me know. All right. So the teen archetype, the sick. You know that person? This person, it seems like every other day they're not in school, right? They just out sick. It's one thing or the other. You look, oh, he not in class today. The teacher's calling out the attendance. Oh, they're not here today. Oh, no, they're not here today. They called me and they say they don't feel good. And I'm not talking people with chronic illnesses that, there are some young people that are seriously ill. They have long-standing illnesses like lupus or heart malformations or strange things. Sometimes we feel that you as a wisdom teething or a teenager, a young person, will never be sick. There are teenagers that have chronic illnesses where they have to be in the hospital at the doctor's office all the time. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about you that just always got a cold, always got a flu, always got something. The sick. Here are some tips that I have for you. Consider, you really need to take a look. I mean, sometimes you just can't help but pick stuff up, but make sure, you're doing good hygiene. Everybody around you, listen to me. Wash your hands properly, cough into your sleeve so you don't spread stuff around to each other. If you feel bad, do stay at home. Maybe even reach out to your teacher and get your assignment emailed to you so you don't end up feeling like you've missed out on things. And do what you can to make your health a little better. Cleanliness, make sure you're clean, you're exhibiting good hygiene, you're exercising, you're eating well, you're opening up the windows of your room to have good fresh air. Do what you can to improve your health overall. And I wish you all a good winter season, because it's been real out there in these streets. At our medical center, there's been so many people that either had the cold or the vid or some other random virus that you don't have a name yet. So be careful out in these streets. If you need to wear a mask sometimes when you're around sick people, do that too. Cleanliness is key for sure. All right. We are down to our last segment, and y'all got to hear this story. I share these stories. This is our frontal lobe training. I share these stories not to straight up embarrass myself. I don't mind sharing about my life and things that have happened. But seriously, it's important, wise people learn from other people's mistakes. And I've already gone through these things just so you don't have to. Wise person learns from other mistakes. And today, here's the story I got for you. Give me a second. Let me set it up. I feel like I need Let me set it up for y'all. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, this is what happened. I had a male roommate. Yeah, no, not like my husband. We didn't live together before we got married. Not a person in another room in the same apartment. I'm talking in the same room, one twin bed over here, one twin bed over there. I was in one and he was in the other one. That's how we lived for about a month and a half. Let me tell you how that happened. I was in medical school in Galveston, Texas, UTMB, in Galveston, Texas. And we had the option to do our pediatric rotation where, the babies and stuff. We had the option to do it away. We didn't have to do it at the hospital right there, John C. Lee Hospital on the campus. And everybody really, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people wanted to do the away rotation because it was in Austin, Texas. Y'all know that place is beautiful. And I absolutely wanted to go to Austin because one, my sister was at college in San Marcos, which is a town not far out of Austin. And I was just like, oh, bet. We're going to have the Hunter girls just killing it. Just out here doing our thing. And I was excited about that. And I was just like, Austin is pretty. I'm going to be in Austin in an apartment furnished to me by the school. Oh, yes. That's like a no-brainer. So I signed up for it. And, I didn't know who else was going. It was like right at the very minute we figured out who was going. We had, I think his name was Raj. Oh, man. I don't remember. There was two guys. There were two guys. I can't remember their name very well. I'm sorry. I'm so bad at that. If you're watching, fellas, we cool. We cool like that. My memory, it is what it is. And then there was me, Denise, and there was Whitney. But here's the problem. Whitney was not Whitney Houston, and I will always love you. No. It wasn't that Whitney. Whitney was a boy. The people that scheduled and decided who was going to have their pediatric rotation, it was 4 of us. They thought they were putting 2 boys and 2 girls in this apartment. But no. What they did not realize that Whitney was a whole man, a boy, a grown man in medical school, and not a pop singer. It was a man. And me, Denise, of course, is a girl. We showed up there and we're like, Whitney was just like, I want to be in Austin because I think his girlfriend or something, I don't know, same kind of reason that I probably wanted. He had a friend, he liked Austin, he wanted to hang out. And I was just like, I'm not leaving. So we're just like, bet, we just make this work. And literally there were 2 bedrooms in the apartment and each of them had 2 twin beds. And we're just like, this is what we doing. And Whitney was in one bed. I was in the other bed, and the other 2 guys, whose names I can't remember, Jeff and Raj. Oh, I feel so bad that I can't remember their name. Ugh. Anyway, they were in the other room for about 2 months. This is how we lived. No big deal. Here's the thing, guys. Wisdom understands that things are going to happen. Despite your best effort, stuff just doesn't line up the exact same way you expected it to. Your best plans just don't pan out the way you wanted them to. And sometimes it's not even your fault. Guess what you do? You stay flexible. Nothing wrong with that. It may not look the exact way you want it, And flexibility is important as you go through life because there's the opposite of that, which is stupidness. You just give up instantly because things are not perfect. Then when you do that, guess what? You do not get to hang out in Austin with your sister, one of the prettiest cities in Texas. Hang out there with your sister for a couple of months on the university's dime. Well, not really, because we did have to pay for medical school, which is a story for another day. Anyway, there you have it. Wisdom and stupidness. Choose wisdom. Remember, show me your brightest. Show me your best. Show me the latest guru. God's wisdom lets theirs look like stupidness. All right, let me see. What do we have in the comment section, though? Jack Tripper was my roommate. With Chrissy and is it Chrissy and oh my goodness, what was the other girls? What was Chrissy and who? Tell me. I can't remember. Andrea is a man's name in Italy, and it is illegal to name a girl Andrea. Look it up. Oh, and verified. You can't name a girl Andrea in Italy. Oh, wow. That's cool. So here's in Jamaica, where I'm from, Courtney is a boy name. And in the States here, it's a girl name because my brother's name is Courtney. And we would know people that were calling the house that didn't even know him. Oh, may I speak, those telemarketers. May I speak to Miss Courtney Hunter? We're like, click, because we knew for sure they you don't know him. You don't know him. Ain't no Miss Courtney Hunter live here. It's Mr. That is so cool to know. Magic 8-ball spot. I'm gonna have to look that up. Here, let's look it up. I'm gonna look it up. We can pull it up here. Now we're just playing around because we're all done for the day. Let's see. What do I just, is it illegal? I can't type this angle. To name a girl Andrea in Italy. Yeah. Okay. Tell me a name and I will tell you if it's banned in Italy. Should I press that? What? Let me see. Should I press? Let me see. Italy, longest name. Oh. Has a very long list of names banned. What is going on here? Italy has a long list of banned names and many rules on how and why children have to be named. Tell me a name and the so this is just somebody. Okay. All right. It's in there somewhere. I'm sorry. I am like oh no, there it is. An opinion on Andrea in middle. What names are not allowed in Italy for naming children and opinion on Andrea and middle name ideas. How interesting. Oh, look like they may have changed the rule a little bit, Magic 8-ball spot. You see this one down here? Let's see. An exception is Andrea, which is now considered a unisex. Yeah, good to know. Times they are changing, and Italy is slowly moving. Yeah, they're moving them. So it looks like it's now a unisex name. Interesting. Muy interesante. All right. Anything else going on? If not, we'll just call it a wrap. And next week we will be talking about, what did I say we're talking about? The monetization of love. That's where we're going. Organic snake oil powder. Thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate you being here. Hopefully you choose to come back again next week when we're talking about the monetization of love on Valentine's Day. Why not? Why not? Seems like a good enough subject. Let's see if I missed any comments. And I could put up a little banner where I can add the comments. Unfortunately, like I said, I share this computer. My kids use this computer sometimes, and I'm like seriously out of space. This is the only, there's minimum things I can do on the computer right now because there's no space. I'll be here. Oh, thank you. So next week, Wednesday, 8:30, bring a friend. All right, I'm out of here. You all take care. I hope you have an amazing rest of the week. An amazing, let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday until we see each other again. You all take care. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in. And we are out here. Out we go, I think.
Wisdom teething lend me your ear. Dr. D Nice and FOUNT is here for the day. Want wisdom?
We've got you.
Wellness?
We've got you.
Ears?
You got two.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart for doing right? 5. Keys, your game's all tight. FOUNT. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right